Thank you. Hello, West Wickham.
Hello!
I'm from East London. Some of you may know, be familiar with the area. It's most famous for the Craze, Jack the Ripper, the ICF, and the Blackwall Tunnel approach. But they're trying to gentrify my area. Yeah. £750,000 for a rabbit hutch of your choice. It's like they're trying to dump a load of icing on a shit cake, to my mind, but still a bit stabby. My manners still a bit stabby. But now I have the option. When I step outside the front door, I could get stabbed or become entangled in a hipster's beard. 50-50 chance, makes life a bit more interesting. And when I get home from work, I can barely get the door open for the mountain of estate agents literature that's behind it. We're desperate for property in your area. We've got people queuing up around the block, desperate for property in your area. We're prepared to pay top dollar for property in your area. Have you considered selling your property? Why, yes, I have. Just so the council don't work out what I'm up to. Did look into the possibility of getting myself on the property ladder a few years ago when the government introduced all these helpful new schemes. There was loads of them and they gave them all fancy names like New Build Home Buy, Rent to Home Buy, SpongeBob Home Buy. And I can't tell you really anything about any of them. I'm none the wiser apart from one thing. I'm not actually earning enough to be classed as low paid, it turns out. How dare you, madam, I cried. I'll have you know I'm a highly successful career woman. Oh yeah. No one gives a shit. Got my own company vehicle and everything. Woo. Oh yeah. 18-ton RCV. Some of you look confused. Let me clarify. I drive a dust cart for the council and I block up the road. Contrary to popular belief, it's not all glitz and glamour being a dust cart driver. Oh no, shocker. Basically, I'm just Uber driver to a bunch of hairy-ass dustmen who just want to get the beat done as quick as possible so they can all scamper off home to watch loose women, paint their nails, leaving me with several tons of noxious nonsense to navigate around the North Circular to the tip, London Eco Park. Sounds delightful, doesn't it? So just like the sort of place you want to take your family for a day out. A clue. Don't. Your kids will start crying, your wife or your husband will demand a divorce on the spot. London Eco Park. Don't get many stars on TripAdvisor. That's all I'm saying. But I've seen things you wouldn't believe. Like flying rats. No, I'm not talking about a euphemism for pigeons either. I'm talking about actual flying rats. Rats flying without wings. Don't worry, it's not a cue for another song. But then I suppose any sentient being, when suddenly facing down the business end of a rubbish compactor, would develop the power of flight. Darwinism in action. I'll get to see it firsthand. But then there's the thing that every dustman dreads, and that's mattress fault season. And lo, a plague of mattresses came forth and laid themselves upon the estate. Waterlogged mattresses, waterlogged king-size mattresses, waterlogged king-size mattresses with suspect stains on them. Almost put my back out the other day trying to lift a waterlogged king-size orthopaedic mattress. Don't worry, the irony ain't lost on me. I'm very articulate. I've got a licence to prove it. And then there's the sexual harassment. Hashtag dustman life, hashtag me too. Now I know what you're thinking. Leave off Lizanne, you look like a bunch of children's entertainers who wants to go there. You'd be surprised. It's very seasonal, I must admit. Once a year, bumblebees the size of Nissan Micras suddenly appear. Once they clock us in our bright yellow harvest, they just can't help themselves. They have to pursue us down the road and try and pollinate us. We're violated. But on the other hand, I do now create some quality honey. So that's nice. We had our time in the sun with the COVID. Oh yeah, we were heroes then, key workers. People come out of their houses, start clapping and cheering. I thought this is a bit surreal. first couple of times it happened, and then I started getting annoyed. I thought, why am I bothering trying to handcraft quality comedy for the masses when I can empty this bin into the back of this wagon and get more appreciation and better pay? But now everything's gone back to normal, we're all bastards again. You know what I mean? What are you doing, man? What are you doing? My job. And if you can't see that, and you really think that I'm a man, what are you doing driving a bus, Mr. Magoo? And then there's the people that are still working for him, they're getting on my nerves and all. Oh, see the dustman, oh, let's go and help the dustman and that. They come with their bags of rubbish. Don't look to see whether it's a refuse vehicle, recycling vehicle, food waste or garden waste. No, they don't care, they'll just chuck it in the back of any old wagon. Then they get back on Facebook and then, the council just take anything we spend all this time in, separate our recycling, blah, 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 blah. Leave it alone, do not help the dustman, we don't want your help, leave it to the professionals. I had a geezer the other day trying to chuck a roll of carpet in the back of my food waste truck. He was very insistent, the boy, very insistent. I was like, oh, no, look, mate, it get composted. You contaminate the recycling, up goes your council tax, leave it alone. No, it's just a roll of carpet, no one will notice. Mate, you can't put the carpet in the food waste truck. Mate, it's just tiny. Look, in what alternative reality do people eat carpet? Why are you laughing, loaders? Just because I'm a woman driving a large heavy vehicle. I have a fella, I have you know, he is real, he drives a train. Boo. He has not been on strike at all, he's too busy drinking tea, so don't worry about that. Yeah. He drives a train, I drive a truck, we need a level crossings. Level crossings, don't run a risk. Actually, that's a lie, because his train don't go through my borough. No, we're actually a very traditional couple. And picture the scene on a Sunday, one of us cooking up a storm in the kitchen, the other one outside tinkering with the car. Got to be saying, he makes a fabulous roasty. Car's fucked. He lives in Southend, and people say to me, Andrew, way go Southend. And people say to me, how does this long distance relationship work then? Well, as a train driver, he gets free travel, and I've got a new car. Well, it's new to me, and it's got a turbo and a supercharger, and I know where all the speed cameras are. More importantly, where they are not. And let's get it right, be pointless having that kind of a car just to run around London in. It's 20 mile an hour. It's not a speed limit, is it? It's an ambition. It's quite ironic, really. He's the Essex boy and I'm the petrol head. And there we go. We don't really go out a lot when we're in Southend together because it's too hot and he's ginger. It's the middle of January, it's overcast. It's still too hot and I'm still ginger. So we watch a lot of TV. It's not Netflix and chill, more like David, stop touching me. I'm not a piece of meat, you know, leave my butt alone. Well, the other day we was watching this programme, right? This programme filmed from the 1980s. And there was this woman in a long fur coat, and she's dolled up to the nines, all the jewellery, all the bling on, face full of slack, the fur coat, no knickers type, basically what I'm saying. And he's going to be, why can't you turn up like that one day? In a fur coat, nothing on underneath, like Derby Chanel number 5. And you should, darling. Or I can do an ankle-length puffer coat and Avon Hinton Musk if you really want. The bells, thank you very much. Apparently he thought that was a bit chavvy. Rude. I said, just think yourself lucky I don't turn up in head-to-toe high-vis and smelling the bin juice. Every fucking cloud. The bees like it. So anyway, I've got to get off now. Thank God I hear you cry, because I've got to get up at stupid o'clock in the morning, or else my dust cart turns into a pumpkin. So I've been Lizanne. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Be lucky. Good night.